Peace, beautiful souls. It is I, Soli, and I'm really out here spreading them good vibes and that good energy, and hopefully you feel it too. Now let's jump right into the video and learn something new. Okay, so today we will be discussing the third eye, or the sixth chakra. Its Sanskrit name is Ajna. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. But okay, so yes, the third eye, it's one of the chakras that are well known, everyone knows about their third eye, about their mind's eye. Because you see, the thing about the third eye is it's the architectural identity. It, like, in a sense, it reminds us of who we truly are, like within our third eye the true us lies. When we go within and we are discovering aspects of ourselves, we are looking into past lives and things of this nature, we are in actuality tapping in to the third eye. The third eye is the lamp of the soul. Its goal or its job is to illuminate, So the third eye's color is obviously indigo. The third eye is also considered the control center. I'll talk about that in depth later. Discuss that more. But ultimately, the third eye is located by the brows, so like right here. Ultimately, it's considered the third eye because we already have because we have two eyes, and then it'd be considered the third eye. I don't even know why I brought that up. That's like so obvious, but yes, the third eye in actuality is also connected to our physical eyes. But the third eye, as I said, is located at the brows, the center of the eyebrows. Its color is indigo, like I said. Its element is light color, and its external manifestation would be images or an image. So the third eye's function is to illuminate. It's our intuition, it's our imagination, and it also is self-introspection or self-reflection. When we go within and we sit in meditation and we think and think and think, to a degree we are utilizing our third eye to do that. But I mean, it goes way deeper than that, But yes, it's our self-reflection. So the third eye, like I said, is its identity is our true self, or our architectural identity. It's like our true self. The third eye's demon is illusions, lies. So I guess this kind of can help me elaborate on what I meant by its identity. So because its demon or its suppressor are illusions, it identifies with the true you, the true self. This is why at our third eye, our third chakra, our third eye, this is why, like, when we tap into our third eye and start developing ourselves, in a sense we start feeling closer to who we are and what we are, because it is in our third eye where our psychic abilities lie, But predominantly the third eye, it does most definitely govern in a sense things of psychicism, and things of this nature, spirituality most definitely. But predominantly it is our intuition, it is our mind's eye, it is our ability to perceive beyond the veil, I guess you can say. So the third eye gives us the right to see. Its right is to see, it gives us the right to see. And its corresponding verb is I see. So it's developing ages or developing period would ultimately be puberty. Like when we were going through puberty, this is predominantly the time when we start to develop the third eye, And its animal is an owl. Animal is owls. Owls are beautiful animals, They're very wise animals, very mystical as well. Owls are dope. Whenever I see an owl, I think, it is symbolic, Everything is actually symbolic in actuality. But it's like I live in Arizona, Phoenix, and it's like I don't really see many owls. So it's like whenever I do see an owl, that shit to me is like symbolic to something. Most of the time, wisdom. So body parts that the third eye rules. It rules the base of our skull. It rules the brows, and it rules the eyes. It also rules the eyes. The eyes are actually connected to the third eye. Our physical eyes are connected to the third eye. So in actuality, one of the ways that you can, in a sense, see the quality of your third eye is by the determinant of your eyesight. Your eyesight, the quality of your eyesight also, in a sense, can give you insight into your third eye and things of this nature. Like I said, skull, the base of the skull though, not like the skull itself, the base of the skull, the brow, and a couple of malfunctions would be problems with your vision, having vision problems, headaches, and migraines. Migraines and headaches are the same thing. So yes, like I said, eyesight problems, having headaches, and especially having nightmares. Because you see, when you are dreaming, you are most definitely also tapping into your third eye. Like I said, the third eye is the lamp of the soul. When we dream, we go into darkness, do we not? So the question is, what is illuminating our dreams? Now, doesn't that shit go deep? Because it's like, if something needs to be illuminating the dream world in order for us to perceive it, and in this world we have a lamp, which is the third eye. I guess I'll elaborate later. But it's like, I don't know. It's interesting. But yes, so malfunctions, as I said, headaches, nightmares, and things of this nature. So the seed sound of the third eye is such a lovely sound, resonance, right? So the planets that the third eye rules would be Jupiter and Neptune. Jupiter being the planet of wisdom, the planet of, I feel like, Jupiter is like the planet of wisdom, spirituality, prosperity, expansion, and things of this nature. But I'm more trying to focus on the aspect of Jupiter that correlate with the third eye. So I guess this would be like the wisdom aspect of Jupiter, because the third eye is our it is like our right to see truth to a degree also. So it is our right to see, and not see illusion, but truly see. And this is what Jupiter gives us. Jupiter is truth, Jupiter is wisdom, it's also expansion, and it is spiritual in its nature. Jupiter in a sense is like, it's one of the manifestations of God, I want to say, in our natal chart. Like, because Jupiter's energy and the Christ energy, they're very similar. And Jesus is actually in a sense an archetype of Jupiter, and Pisces also is an archetype of Jesus, and Pisces is ruled by Jupiter. But yes, I want to say, like, Pisces, they're very intuitive, they're very naturally tapped into their third eye. It's beautiful. And now for herbs. So mugwort and saffron. Mugwort and saffron, these are a couple of herbs correlating with the throat chakra. So crystals, my favorite crystal. So the thing about the crystals is, it's like, the thing about lapis lazuli, because I also mentioned lapis lazuli and the throat chakra. The thing about lapis lazuli is it ultimately pertains to like the higher chakras. It's all about channeling information, expressing information, and things of this nature. The lapis lazuli is truly a stone of the higher chakras. So yes, as I was saying, lapis lazuli, quartz, silicite. My bad. The metal is silver, and the other crystal would be star saffron. Now for the petals. The third eye has 2 petals, and now for some deities that correlate with the third eye. So Isis, Iris, Morpheus, Belonus, I want to say, and Apollo. But yes, I feel like that pretty much sums it up. Now to discuss, the third eye and ultimately what it is, I guess, to a degree, or its functions in depth, right? So the third eye, the thing about the third eye is the lamp of the soul. It's the lamp of the soul. It's through the third eye that we perceive our external reality. There's this theory, it's the holographic theory, which correlates with the ideology and the function of the third eye, which is to illuminate, which is to in a sense illuminate our life and things of this nature. Another interesting thing is that it's in the pineal gland, or the third eye, that DMT is produced, right? And DMT is known to be a hallucinogenic. It's known to in a sense, it's like, I want to say the life molecule, I kind of want to say. But the beautiful thing about it is melanin is ultimately the life molecule. But the thing about it is DMT is like a form of melanin, so that's connects very well. But yeah, the beautiful thing about DMT is when you come into this life, you actually produce DMT, like, I want to say your first breath, or just when you come into this life, you produce immense amounts of DMT, and then when you die, when you pass away, you also produce immense amounts of DMT. When you dream, you are producing DMT. When you wake up, you're producing, what is that thing? Serotonin. You're producing serotonin when you wake up. When you go to sleep, you're producing melatonin. But yes, they're all one and the same thing, which is melanin ultimately. But yeah, so I feel like, to me, this is kind of saying that, to a degree, life is is merely a hallucination, I guess you can kind of say, that the third eye is projecting external to us. So the holographic universe theory states that, well, there's also facts to a theory, of course, so the fact is, we are actually not perceiving with these physical eyes of ours, these 2 eyes. But what happens here with the 2 eyes is they actually are absorbing light. So the 2 physical eyes absorb light, and they send this light to the brain, which is in darkness. Now what the brain does is it encodes these light codes, and it ultimately projects it back out into your external reality through the pineal gland, I guess we can say. And ultimately, this is our experience, but the question is always like, how is it that the brain, which has never seen the external world, be able to tell us about the external world, And now it is said that, there are certain theories, like our external reality being a simulation and things of this nature, but I won't really get into that. But more or less, ultimately, we are all experiencing our world through our natal chart, which would be your birth chart, which would be astrology. So I like to say that astrology is ultimately the software of this I guess you can say program, simulation, life. And then so yes, astrology is the software, and then biology would be considered the hardware. The thing about it is, you are indeed actually experiencing your life through your natal chart, Mercury, which is the planet of communication, ultimately determines your perception of life, how you view life, how you see things, because Mercury being the planet of being the planet of communication, of logic and thoughts and things of this nature, this is ultimately how you logicalize the world around you. So that in turn births our perception of life, and so on and so forth. So yes, your birth chart is ultimately what's projecting to you your experience. So it is very crucial to understand your birth chart and to understand, in a sense, what it is you're working with, I guess we can say, and the energies you came here with. I guess I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, so also let me mention this, as I did in my previous videos on the chakras. If you guys are interested, in getting a natal chart, a birth chart, and understanding your energies more intimately, I guess we can say, and truly understanding what makes you tick and why you do what you do. Like me, for instance, I'm a Gemini. This is why I'm so good at making these videos, or just things of communication. I'm so good at utilizing my throat chakra. My throat chakra is predominantly very strong. This is why I'm so good at communicating things of this nature. Like my Mercury's in Gemini, my Moon's in Gemini, my Sun's in Gemini, Saturn's in Gemini, Jupiter's in Gemini. I'm all Gemini, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which is like the planet of the messengers. So I am a messenger. A messenger on messenger. That's why I laughed. I don't know, it's a silly joke, right? But yeah, the beautiful thing about the third eye is what you guys need to realize with the third eye is that the chakras correspond with one another, except the heart chakra, because the heart chakra, it corresponds with all of the chakras. As I mentioned in my heart chakra video, the heart chakra is the center. It's where all the other chakras get pulled. It's the unifier. It unifies both ends of the chakras, the higher and the lower, right? But the higher chakras, they correspond with the lower chakras. The crown chakra corresponding with the root chakra, the third eye corresponding with the sacral chakra, the third chakra corresponding with the solar plexus. Now I bring up the correspondence because you see, the thing about the third eye is its foundation, I'll just leave it at that. Its foundation is ultimately our sacral chakra. You see, because when it comes to psychicism, I guess I'll say psychicism. Wonder if that's a word, psychicism. But yes, when it comes to these psychic things, psychicism, we are ultimately tapping into to a degree our emotions, because it's like, in order for you to do something psychic, you have to be able to tap into the vibrational field around you, and our emotions are just that. Our emotions are vibrations, So yes, and the sacral chakra corresponds with the third eye, So it's like, it is the foundation. So people who want to develop their third eye, as we all do, but a lot of people just want to develop the higher chakras, but they tend to neglect the lower chakras. They're just as valuable. They're just as valuable, and they're just as important. So developing the sacral chakra, the foundation of the third eye, is very crucial. For you to truly be able to, in a sense, interpretate what it is that you see, because some of us might have gifts, but we just don't really know how to express it externally, how to express it maybe into emotions or something. Whoa, I just stumbled on my words, I guess you can say. But yes, a lot of us, we don't really we can do all of these beautiful things, but we don't really have a means of expressing it at a physical level. And this is what the lower chakras are. The beautiful thing about it is the lower chakras correspond with the higher chakras. So once you understand the correspondence of the higher and the lower chakras, then you can start developing your lower chakras simultaneously while developing your higher chakra. So then you can ground your gifts and abilities, and this is what it's all about. This is what the lower chakras are trying to do. They're trying to ground those beautiful psychic abilities that we all have as human beings. But when you neglect developing your lower chakras, then in a sense you are just floating away into space. But yes, as I said, that part, right? But also the third eye. Hold on, I'm reading. I'm just skimming through my notes. So I pretty much said all of this technically. Yeah. So as I said earlier, our eyesight corresponds with our third, our external vision corresponds with our internal vision, because as you know, everything is correspondence, corresponding with one another. I guess now we'll get into like how to heal the chakra, healing the solar plexus, or detoxifying the gland, the pineal gland, as they all say, right? Okay, so first and foremost, we understand that the suppressor of the third eye, or the demon of the third eye, is illusions, are illusions. Now, first and foremost, I feel like first step for you to truly gain I guess connection with your third eye is to start realizing the illusion of Maya, or the illusion of the physical, the fact that we are in actuality not living in this physical world, and the beautiful thing is that quantum physics scientists can back me up on this. We are now discovering what the ancients knew. Funny, that's the thing. That's like the thing about me, and I don't know, my issue like with people who are so like close-minded to this. I mean, I don't really care, because it's like you gotta live and let live. You gotta let live and let live. Like that's one of my sayings I live by and go by. So it's like, your life is your life, but it's like the thing about it is people wait for science, right? They wait for science to discover these things. What I mean by this is what was deemed to be magic, what witches, not even what scientists in the old days, women who were into the art of science and things of this nature got burnt and like died for. All of these things, and these things of mysticism and magic, are now being proven by science, and they're being accepted. So what I'm getting at is, these birds having a whole conversation. I think it's interesting how they silence when I silence. Do you think they're in commune with me? Birds are beautiful. Oh no, I never. So where was I? But yeah, I guess I'll just jump right in. Jump back into the third eye. Oh yeah, right. So yeah, that's the thing. Like a lot of us wait for science to discover things, but in actuality, what you need to do is become your own scientist. Understand your own truth, because there is only one truth, one universal truth. The third eye can help you see the truth. You don't really have to wait for science, and that's what I wanted to share with you guys. It's all about trusting yourself. Trust is very important when it comes to these things of understanding for yourself. Trust is very crucial and important. But yes, so first and foremost, understanding the illusion of Maya, but on top of that, also getting in touch with, well, let me say it this way, we also got to go back to the crown the third chakra. I mean, you see, what you also need to realize with your third eye is that all of the chakras correspond. They all affect each other, especially the higher chakras, the throat, the third eye, and the crown, and then the lower chakras. They work as a team. The higher chakras work as one team, as a whole unit, and then the lower chakras work as a whole unit, and then the heart chakra unifies. So the heart chakra is ultimately, it governs the whole system in a sense. So as I said, the third eye is illusion. Its demon is illusion. Now the third chakra's demon is lies. So now what you need to open your eyes and see are the lies that you're telling yourself, the belief systems you are clinging onto, you are choosing to hold on to, the things you are being ignorant about, the things you are ignoring, these are one of the ways to open up your third eye. Practicing detachment, practicing healthy attachment and healthy detachment. Well, what is healthy attachment and detachment? And now we're kind of diving into the crown chakra. The crown chakra is all about detaching from this physical reality. Oh, it's interesting though. But ultimately, what this means is understanding when to attach and when to let go of things. And this is ultimately truth, understanding that when the truth comes that goes against your beliefs, to let go, to detach, or to attach, to detach from what was and to attach to what is, I guess, is a good way to explain healthy attachment and detachment. I also make videos on this, the practice of healthy detachment and attachment. Predominantly discipline too, discipline, all of these things. So much information, man. So much information for me to give. But honestly, also, I do hope that these videos are valuable to you guys, most definitely. And I do make these videos for my viewers, the ones that see, and I am thankful for everyone, like literally every one viewer, like I would get excited over just one person viewing my video, like I don't know, but it's I guess it's because I ultimately also do this to document this for myself, like, because I also go back to my videos and I watch them and I actually do learn from them. It's amazing. But the thing about me is I tend to channel information through writing, because I have such a strong throat chakra, so through writing, through speaking like this, or through singing, through making songs, music, these are ways I channel. These are ways I channel. So it's like, yeah, so it's beautiful. So sometimes, I don't know, I'll just leave it at that. But yes, so at the physical level, the third chakra, the third eye, to I guess decalcify your pineal gland, which would be the physical level, first and foremost is drinking water, but not just any water, drinking distilled water, because what is water? Water is H2O, but nowadays we have tap water, we freaking have all of these waters, that aren't particularly H2O. And you see, the thing about H2O is it has I guess we'll say a magnetic or attraction to it. It attracts unnatural minerals from the body, This is why when you wash something off, when you wash something off, the water doesn't push this stuff off. The water actually absorbs it, and this is kind of the same thing that happens within our body. But when you drink dirty water, like water filled with fluoride, chlorine, and all of these things, then what is happening is you're not really hydrating yourself or cleansing yourself the way that water can for you, So I really recommend distilled water. That's like literally the only water I drink when it's there, because sometimes it's like the stores would run out and then I would have to settle for like spring water or something. But yes, there's that, drinking distilled water. Also limiting the intakes of the unnatural substances you take. So these would be like, chemicals like chlorine, fluoride. We all know that fluoride calcifies, and it really hazes our pineal gland, our vision, And this is intentional. So, hold on. I hope that the camera is good, because it's like light is shining on the camera. I really should be utilizing the light, but fuck it, who cares? I started already. Oh well, it is what it is, right? But yeah, because right now it's like low key the sun is working against me in this video, but yeah, it's whatever, it's whatever. But yeah, also processed food, this is also another thing that is harmful to the third eye, you know. When we eat these processed foods, we're truly not feeding ourselves, you know, because most of the time, these processed foods, to a degree, we can say, I want to say, are empty calories. They don't really nourish us, you know. They don't really nourish us, but they make us, it's crazy. But yeah, like, try staying away from processed foods, you know. Also, consuming more fruit, right? You see, consuming more fruit. Hold on, I'm gonna move. Let me, for my sake, because it's like I don't really see myself. Okay, now I see myself. Okay, so as I was saying, you know, what's crazy? There's baby flies at this park. I've never seen a baby fly before, but baby flies are crazy. But yes, as I was saying, consuming fruit. Wait, that takes me back. I forgot to mention the food of the third eye. Well, you see, the thing about the third eye is it really doesn't have a food. It ultimately feeds off of pathogens. Pathogens, is that it? Or you can say the breath or prana, energy. When we're talking about the higher chakras, the crown, the third eye, and the throat, even, we are more consuming energy, because you see, fruit is energy. It's substance vibrating at such a high frequency, you know. So it's combination of earth, water, and light, perfectly harmonized and balanced. Yummy, right? Fruit, man. Fruit. But yes, consuming more fruit, you know. Fruit having water, and also what is this? The way that the water in fruit is structured, fruit gives us a different sort of hydration, you know. It gives us a different sort of cleansing and things of this nature. The water in the fruit is structured water, you know. This water is, like, in a sense, resonating at a different frequency all together, you know. And fruit hydrates us, it cleanses us, and it feeds us. It feeds our energetic body as well, you know. It doesn't deprive us of energy, whereas most foods, or things we call foods, I should say, do, right? So also but yes, also cleansing your diet, you know, like starting to eat clean, like start eating clean, like, I guess just try to eat clean as you can, you know. Put that effort, and it will most definitely pay off, you know. 333. Man, these numbers, right? Or 33. Okay, now for a meditation. First meditation I will share is a color meditation, we should say. This will help to, you know, develop your third eye, your imagination as well. So what you want to do is you want to start off by visualizing one and the same thing. So start off by visualizing a disc of white light, you know, hovering above your head. You can perceive it as a blank chakra, right? It's white light. Now in this disc, you have the ability to add color to this disc. So what you want to do is add the color red to this disc. Once you've done that, now pull the disc in down to your root chakra. Watch it go through your spine, your energy centers. Try to feel that energy. How does it make you feel? How is this red energy? How is this red? Yeah, I'll just say energy making you feel. Now pull it all the way down till it gets to your root chakra. Then you want to do the same thing for every chakra, you know. So the corresponding colors for the chakra is, the root chakra is red. The second, which is the sacral chakra, is orange. The third chakra, which is the solar plexus, is yellow. The heart chakra, which is the fourth chakra, is green. The fifth chakra, which is the throat chakra, is blue. Pardon me. The third eye, which is the third chakra, which is the sixth chakra, is indigo. That's the color of the third eye. Ultimately, when it comes to the crown chakra, the color is white light. You can perceive it as white light. Also indigo as well, or like purple, violet. Yeah, violet. Also violet, white light, or gold. All of these colors correspond with the crown chakra to a degree. But the crown chakra is ultimately white light. It's the white light. It's the white light that manifests all the other colors. And isn't that beautiful? Now the second meditation, what you want to do for this meditation is start off by focusing where your throat chakra really where your third eye is, which would be in the middle between your eyebrows, or wherever feels right to you. Now focus on this. Start focusing on clearing. You will see a vision, right? Start focusing on clearing, clearing the slate to black or white. Now, once the slate is clean, what you can do is conjure up answers via visions of questions you want to ask. So let's say you want to know about your friend's health. What you want to do is conjure up the way that their body is formed. What you want to do is look into their aura. Now see the colors of the aura and things of this nature. So yes, be experimental. Be experimental. But yes, it's through our third eye that we can truly see these energies. So here you go. Like if you want to perceive beings and things of this nature, and it's really hard for you to see through these physical eyes, you can also just close these eyes and focus on the third eye, and this will truly help you tune in. This is possible because we are all connected in this intricate web. This can be the Akashic record, the ethereal realm, the energetic realm. We are all connected. Everything is energy. We are all one and the same thing. I am you and you are me. But yes, I want to say this is it for the third eye. Hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. And if you like this video, please do make sure to leave a like below, as that always helps me. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, namaste, and have a blessed day, beautiful souls.